Hello. What's up, everybody? It's the Sean Show. Welcome back. Oh, what am I doing? Week 8 bet results? I was not ready. The production is value again today, already starting it up. This is Sean Show. It's fucking Tuesday. It's the greatest show. There's a little tweak on the song. Let's get into it really quickly. I should probably have my medicine before I start this. It's already kinda... yeah, I'll do it now. That means I'm gonna have to do the show quick, because whenever I take my medicine, I generally start to fall asleep during the show. So I got a timer. I can't actually run for longer than an hour, because I'll start getting drowsy and woozy. Medications for my anxiety and depression as well, so shout out psychiatrists, sorry, my bad. Don't take medicine from a psychologist, people. They're not qualified to do that. You want a psychiatrist. Alright, anyway. Or else you could just go some holistic route and figure your shit out. Anyway, let's get going. The agenda. Boom, here we go. Alright, so let's start off with the regular plug and the show changes. That's kind of in one together. If you have been watching the show, you understand that by now. Alright, so this is the Sean Show. It's the greatest show. We got the song off 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Right now we're an evening time show. At least for me. Don't know what it's like for the rest of the world. So, me being in Australia, and this currently being a NFL style show, well, it's primarily an NFL show, my days are a little different to the actual days that NFL is played. So my Monday is actually Sunday football. So by the time the show is live, all of the games for Sunday would have been played, and we generally do a review and we go over the results of our bets. I'm gonna have to rework that day because yesterday was an absolute drone. There was so many games, and I don't think there was buys last week. There was just so many games, and like I want to say 60% of the way through, I was just like, "What the fuck am I doing? Like, what is this?" I'm just reading stats. So there's going to be a rework. Probably not tonight. Maybe tonight. Something I want to talk about. And etc. And then on Tuesday, which is today, Monday Night Football would have been played during the day. And that is today. So we'll go over that. Steelers versus the Giants. On Friday, Thursday Night Football would have been played. So we generally go over that game. When the NFL season is not in, this whole system is going to change. And then on Saturdays, we do our picks for Sunday football. And we also do our bets. We do 2 bets. We do a regular 9-leg parlay. And then we do a millionaire bet because we're trying to become a millionaire on this TV show. It's not a TV show, it's just a show. And I want you guys to become a millionaire as well. So this is generally a 100,000 to 1 bet. So $1 will get you 100 grand. But we bet $10 to become a millionaire. Now there was a little change. Something happened from the bet last week when I went to put it in. Because I put it in the day later and the odds changed. It was actually turned out to be a $200,000 to 1 bet. And we did not do good. Okay, anyway. I'm talking about show changes. Different to the content. I'm no longer going to be a full-time jobber. I'm going to be doing some evening time work. Which means my show should run closer to the football games finishing. And it will actually give me the opportunity to watch some of the football games. Because right now, I do not get to watch them. And it fucking sucks. So in 2 weeks, we'll be in that behavior. And it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. All right, so that's the plug. That's the whole schedule. Let's quit rambling. I tried to click that off. All right, next, what's on the agenda? We got a sponsored ad. No, I'm talking shit. There's no sponsored ad. This ad is not sponsored by shit. But it is powered today by Coca-Cola. That's Coca-Cola for you. All right, next. Let's get to this. So we've got Monday night football review and then our week 9 pick. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on the pick. Who is that game? It's New York Jets versus the Texans. So yeah, we're probably not going to spend a whole lot of fucking time on that one. Boop. Would really love to answer the question, are the Jets cheeks? But I just have my medicine. Let's not run this over too long. Because again, the last time I had my medicine on the show was when I was trying to answer that question, are the Jets cheeks? And I was passing the fuck out. Alright, so what do we have today on Monday Night Football? To round up NFL Week 8, we had the... What the hell is this? I want the game. I want the game score. Where's the goddamn game score? Box score, please. Alright, so we had the New York Giants visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did take an L. They did take a big ol' L, go to 2-6. Surprised they're not 1-6 or 0-6. I'm also surprised they're not 6-2. But I'm a fool. Pittsburgh picking up 26, so 26-18. Pittsburgh moving to 6-2. They're 3-1 at home. It's good to see these stats here. Let's have a look up here at the box score, or whatever the fuck it's called. Looks like Pittsburgh won the first quarter. At the half, they were even, 9-9. Pittsburgh scored a touchdown, and then they just ended up winning the game. All right, easy peasy. Let's have a look at these stats real quick. Okay, so on the passing side, we have Daniel Jones, 24 for 38, 264 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Lost 27 yards off 4 sacks. Pretty shitty QB rating. Darius Slayton did pick up 4 balls from 7 targets for 108 yards. That's pretty nice. Malik Neighbors also showing up big. 13 targets. Yo! Feed this boy. Feed this boy. He's healthy. He's been out for a few weeks, I believe. Daniel Jones rushing for a total of 1 yard. Longest of 2. And then we got Tyrone Tracy Jr. carrying the ball 20 times for 145 yards. Ew, what a beast. Long of 45 and 1 touchdown. Looks like the only touchdown the team got. Let's check out their kicking. Let's check out the kicking. Yeah, 4 for 4 field goals. No extra points needed to be tried. And then we have 12 points total. So they must have gone for 2. They must have gone for a 2-point conversion. And failed. Daniel Jones lost a fumble. How was their kick returns? Got 100 yards off kick returns. 47 long, and then a very bad punt return. And then on the Pittsburgh Steelers side of the ball, we've got Russell Wilson, 20 for 28. That's nice. 278 yards. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Did get sacked 4 times as well, but only 19 yards lost. A pretty tidy QB rating right there. Who did he throw the ball to? George Pickens, 5 times. He picked it up 4 times, 74 yards. Who got the touchdown? Calvin Austin. Alright. Getting 3 of his 4 targets. 1 touchdown, 54 yards. Van Jefferson. I'm not too well versed with the Pittsburgh Steelers roster, so Van Jefferson rings a bell, but it doesn't stand out to me. But it stands out to me right here. 4 receptions, 62 yards. Najee Harris also getting 3 of his 4 balls. That's nice. Russell Wilson spreading the ball out here. That's really good to see. That's really good to see. A good spread of targets as well. This is like really top heavy on one side. but this is spread out much better. He obviously didn't throw the ball 10 times more than the other quarterback like Daniel Jones did, but whatever. Anyway, on the rushing side, we've got 19 carries, 114 yards for Najee Harris. No touchdown there. Looks like was there only one touchdown in the game? What happened here? What happened here? Russell Wilson lost a fumble. DJ Watt had 2 sacks. Counting for 2 tackles for loss. Bird's an animal. Who else got 2 sacks? Highsmith. Oh. Wrecking balls. Let's have a look at the kicking. 14 points. So 14 points. 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Punt return TD. 73 yards. 1 touchdown. Calvin Austin. Let's go. Isn't the same... No, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of Taven Austin. I was like, no way a 40-year-old man is returning kicks. Alright, that looks pretty nice. That's really nice. 100% kicking all day. This is very good to see from these kickers, Boswell and Greg Joseph. I'm not familiar with Greg Joseph. Has he played for very long? Is this his first year? No, it's not. It is not. He is a veteran. Good pickup. Always good to have a veteran kicker. You don't want your kicker missing kicks. It will fuck you up. Let's go to the team stats really quickly. Let's have a look at how this game was broken down. And then I do want to talk a little bit about both of these teams, honestly. What do we have? We've got the New York Giants had 17 first downs to the 20. Fairly even passing downs, exactly even rushing downs. Penalties is what kind of set that difference right there. Very poor efficiency on both sides. This is 33% and this is under 50%. Took me a while to do maths. 4th down efficiency, 1 for 1. Let's go. Nobody giving up the ball on 4th down. We do love to see that here on this show. I just spilt the power of the show on my shirt. Coca-Cola. Total plays, we got 67 to 63. Much less efficient right there. 67 plays. You have more plays and less first downs. That is not a good sign. Total yards, only a 30-yard difference. Same amount of drives. Bigger plays over here. Now, Russell Wilson was much more efficient. 20 for 28. Didn't lose as much sack yardage. Did not throw an interception. Much more efficient in his yards. The way he picked them up. Great English right there. Then we go over rushing side. Again, fairly even. These guys leading more of the game. Obviously have a bit more of a balanced offense. 28 to 31. Fairly balanced. And then you're in the lead. So it's going to be rush heavy a little more. And then when we go to the Giants, who obviously had to pass the ball more from the 3rd quarter onwards. Really great rushing efforts right there, though. Bigger per yard rush as well. Everybody failed in the red zone. That's sad to see. 11 penalties. That is crazy. 65 yards lost though off 11 penalties is fairly kind of good. These weren't big penalties, but you can't be having 11 penalties. You just can't be doing that. Jesus. I can't get over that. Alright, then we have 5 penalties here for 50. We do want to see under 40 yards of penalties. We would love to see fucking 0, but that's a bit difficult. So under 40, I'm really happy to accept, but 50 is just over that. You gotta pick that up. You guys need to You guys need to stop with the videos, and particularly the ad. Now I've just got a fucking ad sitting there. Alright. These guys lost the turnover battle as well. One fumble lost, one interception thrown. Both quarterbacks giving up a fumble, as we saw before. And fairly even play time. One special teams touchdown as well. That's sick. And I was about to say we don't get to see the sacks, but it's right in front of my face. Alright. So that was the game. Was it a shit show? Let's check out the play-by-play really quickly. We got a field goal, a field goal, a field goal, a field goal, a field goal. We got 3 and out. We got 8 punt. We got a field goal. End of the half. What happened? Did they take a shot? Yeah. No, they tried. Where am I going? Where am I going? Alright, and then we go to the second quarter. We got an 8 plays and a punt. Then we got another 3 and out. Punt return for a touchdown. And then the Giants go 3 and out. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, fumble. Oh, back-to-back fumbies. Well, not back-to-back. Those plays apart, but on drives, I mean. Punt, interception, end of game. Yep. Well, that's that. Now let's talk about these two teams. First I want to talk about the Giants, and then I want to talk about the Steelers. Now, I would love this team to be good. I would absolutely love this team to be good. How are they going injury-wise? That's pretty bad. The defense is beat the hell up. That is really, really bad. There's going to be a lot of practice squad guys getting elevated. I mean, the offense is fairly healthy. It is fairly healthy. I wouldn't say this is anything panic-worthy. Yeah. They're just going through it right now. The roster's okay. Let's go through that. We got Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton. I was about to say they're all ballers, but a lot of people are a bit iffy on the D Jones at the moment. He needs to really prove that he's got what it takes to win in that shit show. Then we've got Devin Singletary, Tyrone Tracy Jr. having a massive game today. One Darley Robinson, don't know who he is. Don't really know these tight ends. And I'm not well versed with the O-line. But the general core is pretty good. These 4, that's kind of what you need, and you need to protect him. This I have nothing about, no knowledge about. Now the defense has been quite good before these last 2 games. They probably took on a lot of these injuries within that 2-game span. But before that, they have been stopping points from being scored. I don't know a whole lot about this roster, but I just know they stop points from happening. Now, I don't know how in-depth I was actually going to go with this, but I would really like this team to be good. It's crazy that they traded away Saquon Barkley. It's kind of crazy that they paid Daniel Jones as much as they did for as average as he's been. There has been some really good sparks. You can see that he can pass the ball in an offense. I don't know so much how good he is at breaking down defense and all of that. I have to really watch the Giants. He can run. He picks up quite a few yards with his legs when he really needs to, or when the opportunity is there. I'm in his corner a little bit. I don't know why. I kind of like the guy. I'm in the certain camp that all of these guys have made it to the NFL, so they should be good at some certain level, right? Maybe some of them not able to excel as far as others, but still, I think any of these guys put in the right situation can succeed. And when I mean right situation, I mean a good O-line, a good running back, receivers, couple of tight ends. Like, I'm talking like a great situation for a quarterback. And also a coach that understands the quarterback's preferred play style and how they feel comfortable, what they are comfortable doing. And just like, depending on the quarterback, some people need pressure, some people need to play free. Just the right situation, any of these guys can succeed. I'm kind of in that corner. There are people that I just think are not good, but I don't know the whole story. Like I said, are they in the right situation? Don't know. So I don't know if Daniel Jones is in the right situation. Again, I don't know anything about their O-line. He's had weapons. He has shown that he can play ball. But I just don't know enough about that particular situation to have a judgment call outside of, I think he could be a really good quarterback. Now, what they do with the rest of the roster, in terms of, you know, getting rid of Saquon and all of that, I don't. That's a whole other story. So I don't know if the GM's gonna stick around for very long. If I was the owner, I would just be like, you need to get the fuck off my team right now. You traded away our best asset, our most selling jersey, and, you know, all of that shit. And you trade him to a divisional rival that is ready to go. Like, get the fuck out of my building. Get the fuck out of here. That's what I'd be saying if I was the owner. I think the Giants have a really good core. They've got a good defensive identity, but the offense needs an identity. It really, really does. Without Saquon being the identity of that offense, like, you've got Daniel Jones, you've got Malik Neighbors. I think Malik Neighbors was like starting fights in training camp, like trying to be, you know, like, we're not here to fuck around. We're kind of fucking around. But trying to set that tone. And then you've got Daniel Jones kind of also getting into these fights and having a presence at training camp. And you really thought this team was going to gel and be something. And like I said, there have been sparks. But there's only so much that the defense can do. Like, there's only so much that they can do. You have to get them off the field. You have to give them time when they're off the field as well. It's cool that they get off the field and get you the ball back, but then you go 3 and out, and they're right back on the field, still fucking gassed. Like, figure it out, please. Figure it out. Now we go over to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who do they have in... just want to see who do they have backing up Dan Jones. Drew Lock, I'm not the biggest fan of. Tommy DeVito is out. A lot of people do like him. If this Daniel Jones thing doesn't pan out and a team really, really needs a quarterback, I mean, I can see them trading Daniel Jones away. Maybe I don't see them. I don't know. This organization sometimes is just cheeks, man. Next up, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers. 6-2, first in the AFC North. They've done pretty well this season. Big kind of quarterback stuff going on here. Well, not big, not huge, but it's just interesting. Justin Fields was out? Why? Hamstring. That sucks. You only get a hamstring if you're fast. I've never had a hamstring because I'm slow as shit. Okay, so this team has an identity. They're hard-nosed on defense. TJ Watt will bring the pain. You've got Cam Hayward in there. Highsmith. It's also going to bring the pain. You got Dante Jackson, Minka Fitzpatrick. Look at this team. This team is stacked on the defense. It is fucking stacked. God damn. God damn. And then I'm sure all these guys are killers too. I'm sure all of these dudes are killers. James Pierre, Dean Lowry, for sure. Loudermilk? Nah. What does this guy look like? Whoa. Whoa. Loudermilk. That's a crazy name. Alright. And then on the offensive side, we've got, for this kind of start of the season, we had Justin Fields, Najee Harris, George Pickens, Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, the third. And I do believe both of these guys are pretty fucking baller. Pat Freiermuth and Darnell Washington, I do believe, are ballers. I don't know about the O-lines, and I'm not too well versed in O-lines, and that's on me. They do a goddamn ton of work. The team doesn't run without these five. Without these five positions, sacrificing it all, these guys don't get to do anything. You got to start with good base here. Jumping off from my previous point, I'm sorry to go back to the quarterback talk and quarterbacks being in good situations. If a team is going to draft a quarterback, there are certain things that they need to take care of before they draft a quarterback and intend them to play. There's a few things. First of all, you need to be able to protect this guy, right? You need a good offensive line so that this guy is not getting hit. He can't be stressed the hell out trying to process what's happening in front of him and be like just getting hounded all game. You can't let that happen. Not everybody is a Joe Burrow. It will break some people. Second of all, you need a great running game. Like I said about the stress, if you can run the ball, it takes a lot of pressure off that guy. If you have a shit running game and you're only making yardage by passing, like, it puts a lot of pressure on that young quarterback. Can't let it happen. Not everyone is just, yeah, everybody's different. Next, you need to give the guy weapons, right? It's cool if you protect him, it's cool if you have a running game, but when you go back to throw the ball, if everybody's covered, like, the dude's just gonna, like, throw picks. It's not gonna be a good situation. So you basically need to build the offense before you get the quarterback, and that is that, right? When you have a good receiving core, then you don't need to throw the ball deep. We've seen it with Jalen Hurts. We've seen it with just the way that the Eagles do things. We got Jalen Hurts. We got, before him, they had Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had an amazing completion rating in his first season, but all of his passes were short passes. They were building that confidence. I think it was the same with Jalen. You got to build that confidence. You got to be able to make completions, and then you can start opening the game up and taking shots deep. Start trusting your guy. So you got to be able to do that, and you got to be able to have the weapons so that if you do make these short plays, your skill players can make the plays and pick up yardage, right? That's just standard offense, basically. Now, the other thing that is very important when we talk about quarterback stress is you got to have a good defense, or at least a defense that's not going to take a lot of points. It's okay if they go down the yards, take field goals, things like that, but they kind of need to not take too many touchdowns. You don't need this quarterback to be like, man, I need to score 40 points every fucking game. You know, you just need them to be able to get 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 touchdown, a couple of rushing touchdowns. You just need 3 TDs, maybe a field goal. That's 24 points. A good defense can allow you to win with 24 points. Just saying. Now that's that's all aside. That's completely, you know. There are things that you can lapse on based on your quarterback skills. Say, for example, if you have a Lamar Jackson, you might not need the protection so much because he can scramble, and then if he scrambles, he can pick up massive yardage, right? And then the plays where he is protected, he's got a goddamn cannon arm. Dude's a bit of a freak of nature. It's a compliment. Now, that being said, this team is absolutely just ready to fucking go for a kind of rookie quarterback to step in. What they did this offseason is they shopped quarterback. They got rid of Mason Rudolph. Can't remember who the other starter was. I can't remember what was going on last season. It was a big of a shit show. There was a whole lot going on with the offensive coordinator and all of that. So they pick up Justin Fields from the Bears. Really good play. Really good play. Before, when he did get traded, actually last season I was watching some Justin Fields highlights from the in-season, and the Bears are a shit show, but man, there was some really great plays in there. The way he throws the ball, it's a lovely ball. It's not one of those big floaters. It just kind of gets to its target. It's a nice ball. And then when he runs, he is like so big. The dude is pretty big. How tall is he? He's at least 6'3". Oh, come on. What is this shit? He might not be 6'3". How tall is that? I don't know. But he looks big. He's a great player. Absolutely dynamic. He's been efficient with this team. They've picked up wins, right? I think they were 4-2 when they handed over to Russell Wilson. And 4-2 is good. They're first in their division. But now, what else do they do in the offseason? They continued to shop. They picked up Russell Wilson, right? They have him dirt fucking cheap. The Broncos are paying Russell Wilson so much money, and the Steelers are they're not paying him very much at all. So Justin Fields was doing good, 4-2. Russell Wilson is back healthy. You kind of need to see what you've got. Mike Tomlin pulls the trigger. Now, I was an advocate for keeping Justin Fields in. I didn't believe in the Russell Wilson show. I myself was brainwashed a little bit. But again, Mike Tomlin, 4-2. You've got a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You may as well put him in and see what you have right now, rather than have it come to the end of the season and you're like, we need to make a playoff push. Maybe we need to throw Russ in. And then guess what? You make a playoff push and you're like, why didn't we just put Russ in at the start? Amazing coaching from Mike Tomlin to put Russell Wilson in. I was against it. I thought that the locker room would be all behind Justin Fields in that, and they probably were because they've been winning games with him. He's been starting. But then you put Russell Wilson in, a very interesting fellow. Just what he displays on social media and videos and everything is super interesting. But he comes in and they win. The game last week, they were a bit shaky. They had trouble finding their rhythm. But then one kind of deepish ball to George Pickens opened up the whole game. And then from then on, it was just Russell Wilson just wheeling and dealing. And looking from the stat line tonight, he was wheeling and dealing as well. 20 for 28 is really, really good. So now they're in an interesting situation. I think the team is probably rallying around Russell Wilson now. They're like, okay, dude's a baller. Dude balls. I think the team's in a really good spot. I think they continue to win games. I think they probably take that division that they're currently first in. The AFC North, who is in that division? It's like the Ravens, I believe. It's right here. AFC North. Yeah, Ravens, Browns, and Bengals. I do believe it's just between these two teams right now. The Bengals could pick it up. We're dealing with injuries early and some wide receiver contract stuff. But yeah, right now it's between the Steelers and the Ravens are fucking hot. Jesus. Not going to talk about them. So getting back to the point. I completely saw the situation wrong, and I'm saying that right now. I didn't think it was a good idea to throw Russell Wilson. In hindsight now, it's an amazing idea. I was a little monkey brain not thinking about what it would be like later on in the season if you were like, up against it and you're like, we got to make a change. And it maybe shouldn't have come to that point. So it's great decision to do this. Artie Smith being the offensive coordinator as well, copying a lot of shit in Atlanta, and he's been doing well. He's been dialing it up with both of these quarterbacks. It's been great to see. Man with the mustachio, a mustachioed brethren. So I don't know what the point of this was. I think Pittsburgh Steelers go to the playoffs this season. No problems. These guys stay healthy, it's no problems. New York Giants. I think they need to figure it out. Over the cap. Let's have a look at over the cap really quick. Cancel. What the fuck is that? Over the cap. Giants. What's going on with this team? Where's the light in the shining tunnel? Whoa. It's not a sentence. Let's go load up. Here we go. Cap space 1 million there. They are up against it. They lose a shit ton of money if they cut Daniel Jones. They can't do that. They're paying Brian Burns a goddamn ton. Who is this man? He's a defensive player for sure. Edge rusher. Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay your edge. You have to do it. Is this... That's not... They're not really paying him that much, actually. Weird. I guess it's a kind of overlong contract, maybe guaranteed more. Let's have a look at next year, actually. Yeah, he picks up a goddamn ton more money next season. Daniel Jones, if they cut him next year, much less loss. What is going on with this Brian Burns contract? Guaranteed 10, that's when it starts to drop. A lot of incentives, base salary, guaranteed. Yeah, okay. Alright. And what's the cap space like next year? They get 50 million. If everything stays the same, 83 million, it starts to go up. Don't know what you do. You definitely did overpay Daniel Jones. Should have gone for less money per year, like over the average. I think it's like an average of 50 million over the life of the contract. 50 million per year. You really should have gone for something like 35 million over 2 years. Well, not like, giving him 35 million for 2 years. 70 million for 2 years, sorry. Which is 35 million a year. Maybe 40 if you really want to stretch. But they've really shot themselves in the foot, honestly. They've just overpaid at the quarterback position. You could have had a lot more money available to you if you needed it. And guess what? Right now, you kind of need it. You kind of need it. Now, maybe cutting Saquon wasn't the worst thing in the world. Paying him would have just been a lot easier. They really could have probably worked this out. But yeah, they kind of, on this trajectory, they didn't have the money to do it. They've got some good receivers, like I said. I'm going to have to look up this O-line. If the O-line... NFL O-line rankings. Let's see if we get anything here. Alright, how old is this? It did say September here. I don't trust it. It says updated though. There we go. Detroit Lions at first. Oh, fuck you. And then we go try and find the Giants. Let's do it. Just pass them. No. I hear they're fairly bad. Wow. Okay. Anyone else ranking them that terribly? We can't just take one source. Just let me read more, you pricks. Buffalo Bills, Washington, Vikings. I think they were like second or fourth last or something like that. 26. Oh my god. October 8th. Alright. We'll just go straight to the bottom. Yeah. They need to really fix their O-line. They need to address that this offseason. They need to fucking do something about that. Whether it's signing some people, whether it's drafting some people, whether it's changing your offensive coordinator or your O-line coach. I don't know, they need to do something because they've got the weapons. They've got the defense. They paid a guy to play. He's had sparks showing he can play. They need to fix this O-line. It's ranked like shit. Anyway, that's basically it. That's the Sean Show. Like I said, I didn't want to go too far because my medicine will start kicking in and I'll start getting knocked the fuck around. Oh no, wait. We still have to do our pick. See? Week 9, Thursday night football pick. New York Jets go into Houston. Don't know what's up with CJ Stroud against the Packers. He did only pick up like 93 yards passing. This is a good defense as well. I'm taking Houston at home. We'll find out if the Jets are cheeks. We'll find out. Anyway, that was the Sean Show, guys. I'll catch you on Friday after this game has been played. And hopefully I'll have thought about the show a bit more and it's not just a shitty review. It's cool talking about some situations though. Anyway, have a good one, guys. I'll catch you soon.